Hi, this is Jeff Big Daddy Wayne, and today I'm going to talk to you about flyover country and the people in flyover country. I can talk about this because I am from flyover country, and I've traveled it quite extensively. What is this based on? When I was going to agents and managers' offices in Hollywood and in New York City, you would often see in the reception room an enlarged illustration from the New Yorker magazine. And it had New York real big. It was like a map of the United States. New York was real big. LA was real big. And in between was flyover country. In other words, New York is dominant. LA is dominant. This is shit. That's what it said to me. But I thought it was funny. I mean, I can go with the joke, you know. This is flyover country. We never stop there. We never go there. There's nothing there. It's all about New York and LA. So lately in the news, you hear them talk about flyover country, people in flyover country. The people in flyover country are sometimes viewed as just being ignorant, stupid, idiotic. The problem with America seems to lie in flyover country. Now, I want to bring to this discussion three prominent people. One is John Waters, the director of Hairspray. You probably know him as a very gay man, a very talented man. And I'm not letting any cat out of the bag. He lets you know right out of the bat he's a gay man. He also directed one of my favorite films, Pink Flamingos, which is very close to my heart. And he hitchhiked across America. He wrote a book, and I think this was 2014 maybe. It was called Car Sick. And as he hitchhiked across America through flyover country, guess what he discovered? How nice everybody was. How good everybody was. How sweet everybody was. He couldn't believe how people went out of their way to say, can I help you? Can I drive you a few more miles? Do you need to call somebody? Blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the book, he said, if I'm ever in Hollywood again and one of these elites tell me how terrible people are in flyover country, I'm going to punch him right in the mouth. Go get him, John. Also, I'm going to reference to you Paul Theroux, who has written many, many travel books. One of my favorite authors. He wrote the novel Mosquito Coast, which they made into a movie, but it didn't do justice to the book. But I read all of his travel books. And he wrote a book about going through the Deep South, which is obviously flyover country. Nobody from New York or LA wants to go to the Deep South. You know, it's just encrusted with the KKK, hateful, horrible people, raving, lunatic evangelicals. He talks about the good and the bad, which the world is all about. The good and the bad, where there's good people, bad people, of all groups, all genders, everybody is good or bad. And he just gives a real nice, even keel presentation about all the sweet, nice people he met. And he seems to have a real nice, level-headed evaluation of some of the people that we would consider bigots. I was really impressed by the way he just sort of took it and sort of measured it and talked about it, not approving it, not condoning it, but sort of understanding it. But he was more impressed by all the people that were so nice to him. Last but not least, I'm going to talk about William Lease Teat Moon, who wrote a book, I believe in the early 80s, called Blue Highways. Now, this is where he was a teacher. I think he was laid off, and he took his van and decided to travel all through the United States on the blue highways. Now, a lot of you are going, what's a blue highway? Well, a blue highway is on your map. The red highways are the interstates. The blue highways are the little off branches of highways, state highways, usually all across the country. And his other analogy to that was that in the evening, as you're driving and the sun hits that highway, it looks blue. I believe that's it. I haven't read the book in a long time. What he found is he traveled all across America. Again, nice people, good people. He met all kinds of crazy people, runaways, this or that. One of my favorites was Dime Box, Texas. Would you even stop in a place called Dime Box, Texas? So I want to make appeal for people to try to understand flyover country just a little bit more. You know, we're always asked by certain people in the media, whenever there's some kind of lunacy or what we perceive as lunacy or something that's different, try to understand it. So I'm just going to ask you out there, as terms of flyover country, try to understand it. And you'll find out it's not that bad, because I'll be honest with you. I talked to a friend who traveled all across the country on a motorcycle, comedian. We compared notes. He had the same. I've traveled all over the world as a comedian, all over the United States for sure. And you know what? In Los Angeles and New York, I met good people and bad people. In Flyover country, I met good people and bad people. So, ladies and gentlemen, God bless the New Yorker cartoon. God bless America. And all I'm asking you is this. Maybe drive through Flyover country. You might discover that it's not that bad of a place. Subscribe. Adios.